Porzingis in the middle. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. Well, this seems to be a game that could be very tactical, Greg. Both teams relying on execution in the half court.
And, Kevin, you're going to see a lot of ball movement and body movement. And you can't just stand around and watch one guy go to work. I think that puts so much pressure on the defense with how the game is played.
And an emphasis on coaching, too.
Yes.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Mike has specialized over the years in being able to get defenders committed. Nicely done.
Utah is shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
First free throw is good. And Conley drops them both.
This guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Here's Porzingis. Oh, good there. Gobert with the defensive effort. So it's Bogdanovic who brings up the ball for the Jazz. Who's back up? Porzingis with the block.
This guy showing great potential as a rim protector. Porzingis a threat to block shots anywhere, anytime.
Cleveland, no good.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
I mean, simply an incredible postseason performance from Donovan Mitchell. The team went out in the first round, but he put the scoring load on his back. One of the best displays of offense I've ever seen in the postseason.
Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Well, this speaks to the feel that Kristaps Porzingis has for the game of basketball. If you're open, he'll find you.
You know, Greg, you look at the numbers that Mitchell put up in that series. Simply amazing.
I mean, he was putting up 40, 50-point games like it was nothing. At times, the guy looked unguardable. Truly one of the young stars to come out of the Orlando bubble.
Good, and the assist goes to Doncic. Porzingis has got his second basket of the game.
You know, there's an unselfishness to Luka Doncic, and a pretty pass right there.
Conley gets the bucket.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rag. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball.
No help.
These guys need to be talking to each other.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
No, he got caught. He's the reason why the NBA got shut down.
Hardaway with the steal.
Is he okay right now?
Yeah, he's okay
moving
now.
up.
He's fine now.
No one
He
near
was the reason why.
Doncic as he lets it fly. Bangs home the trifecta.
Oh, we're playing an All-Star.
Doncic
We're
has
playing an
got
All-Star.
5.
I'm stupid.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Change it, bro.
Mitchell in the corner. Gobert finds Mitchell, and Utah turns it over again.
I forgot we're playing an All-Star. I could drive in the ball.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in.
I don't know
Here's
what's
Doncic.
happening.
And there is one. He has 7.
These guys don't know.
They are giving up points on this one. Just too many good looks from in close.
And slam dunk by Gobert.
Boy, Gobert gets to the rack quickly. How long, how agile from the 5-man on the penetration.
Chalk up 2 there.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's O'Neal, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And the dunk by Doncic.
This incredible confidence that Luka Doncic possesses. My goodness.
I'm just like so hyped on him.
And it's Conley with the ball for the Utah Jazz. 9-point game. Here's Mitchell. Buries it from 3-point range.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Mavericks have gone 8 of 10 shooting, coming out very strong. Offensive rebound. Out to Doncic. Oh, good with the triple.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
O'Neal dishes to Bogdanovic. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And in the league as a complimentary scorer, Bogdanovic put up 20 points a game last year. And that was a career high in the 4th straight year that he improved his scoring average.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Nicolo Melli comes in for
I put a
Maxi
2G
Kleber.
defense on
Richardson,
this
he's
going
checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Utah with the ball. The Mavericks making the shot. This one for three. And it's Mitchell missing. And another area where Bogdanovich is helping the offense. Greg is doing a better job of creating for others.
I mean, he still has that shoot-first mentality, but now if he doesn't have a clean look, he's much more willing to make the extra pass, and that makes him just that much more valuable to this team.
Well, just tremendous composure on the interior. Read the defense, take advantage of the situation, and deliver.
Oh, hammering it in.
Now that's the incredible leaping ability from Dwight Powell. Just jams it home.
Jazz trail by 9. Mitchell kicks to Ingles. To the paint. Powell with the steal. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah.
He's gonna
And
shoot
Greg,
it down.
Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
No, I can actually
Richardson gets a lot of assists per
gonna
game
get a better look.
at that wing position. Not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Now here's Favors. Count it.
Well, you like how Favors stays after it in that instance. When he's close to the bucket, boy, he's great at hustling for these second chance points.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
And Doncic gets it to go.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Clarkson finds Favors. And it's in there. Favors got his second bucket.
And you love that Favors bounces off defenders effortlessly. Fantastic at finishing despite the defense being right in his grill.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seemed to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
Here's Brunson. And he gets the whistle.
Oh,
2
Jalen
free
Brunson,
throws
let's
coming
go.
up.
He's a
It's going to
Stevens
be on
element.
Donovan Mitchell.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Mavericks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. 32 seconds left here in the first quarter. Ingles kicks to Mitchell. Back to Ingles from past the arc. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Well, I'll tell you, if you play off Joe Ingles, he is going to make the catch and shoot jump shot. You better be there on the catch.
There's the one-handed shot.
I know it's early, but you have got to like the dominance down low. Right now, they are playing bully basketball.
At the tip, and there's Favors putting it right back in. Favors has got 6.
How about the anticipation and the timing there? He is all over it.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive
It
end.
is a-
If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout. That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
How do you?
Here's Brunson, and that's the final possession with the nice defense right there. And so it's Dallas going into the break with a 10-point lead. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. And we'll be right back after this.
Everybody had their expectations of what lead.
And you know, Greg, Mitchell's going to be right in the middle of it, leading the way.
And on top of everything else he does, he's elite at getting his own shot. We've seen him carry this team offensively at times. Boy, he is special.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen here, guys, from the Mavericks.
The offense firing on all cylinders. They dominated that first period.
That's exactly the start you want. You take complete command. Now you've got to maintain that focus.
So on the floor for Utah, they've got O'Neal. Mitchell is out there with Jordan Clarkson. And it's Joe Ingles. And it's Favors in at center, locking down the middle. Right wing. Conley with the three. A three-pointer is right on target. He's got 7. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch.
Bucket.
Bucket is good. And the Mavericks lead by 11.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Ball stolen. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Mike Conley is a 3-time Sportsmanship Award winner. He's also won the Teammate Award. He's never been assessed a technical foul at any level of basketball. Now, some ask if going easy on the refs costs him calls down the road. But Coach Quinn Snyder said, it's hard to imagine that handling yourself with poise and respect can ever be a negative. Guys?
Well said. Thanks, David. A different look for Dallas. Porzingis, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dwight Powell. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Now switcher also for Utah. Gobert's check.
Scoring through contact is something Kristaps Porzingis has got to get used to in the NBA. Teams try to get physical with this guy.
Conley finds Gobert. That one goes. Count it.
I thought I was going on.
Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Here's Porzingis. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Jazz trail by 11. Here's O'Neal. And Utah again with the bucket.
That was not good.
The Mavericks have gone 4 of 6 on the field here in the second.
And Doris, as Gobert has added, his rebounding numbers have continued to improve.
That's right, Greg. He's always been a force as a shot blocker. Over the past 2 seasons, this guy as a rebounder has been top 3 in the league. Last year, he even challenged Andre Drummond for king of the boards. He's got great size, great anticipation, and he plays with passion. Well, the seasoned veteran Mike Conley has been such a soft-spoken guy, but he has also been one of the NBA's best leaders both on and off the floor.
Here's O'Neal. Cleveland with the rebound. Dallas leading by 8. Here's Porzingis.
He's so slow.
Wow, that's so slow. Porzingis gliding in for the finish.
Pass to Ingles. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Utah shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. And Conley drops them both.
We are having a lot of success from the line here in the second quarter.
Finney-Smith.
Let's go, baby.
On that one. And Utah the other way now. And again, Utah.
Slowest slow poke.
Let's go, baby.
How about the awareness from Rudy Gobert? Sees an opportunity and jumps all over it.
Kleber with the bucket. And the Mavericks lead by 8.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Utah calls timeout.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Josh Richardson. Then for the Jazz, Bogdanovich comes in for Joe Ingles. And it's Mitchell in for Clarkson.
I think we think of Donovan Mitchell first and foremost as a scorer, but I love seeing his passing ability come into play.
Here's Hardaway, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
And the dunk by O'Neal.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
I don't need a
Right, you
replay
can
on
see
though.
on
Yeah,
that possession,
yeah, that
one
was
side
not-
playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
Bogdanovich wide open. Kept alive. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. 1:56 left in the first half of the game.
Oh, that guy's open.
Doncic
Wide
outside. He's off on that one. Gobert with the defensive effort. It's Gobert with the ball for the Jazz. They trail by six.
Wow, love the power and the strength of Bogdanovich on that strong finish.
Mavericks shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. And plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told him, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Here's Doncic. And that one hits back iron.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Whiff.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Oh, you lucky.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, he said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Nicolo Melli comes in for Maxi Kleba. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith.
No way.
He gets that one.
Boy, doesn't get any easier than that. What a size advantage and just goes to work.
Gobert the pass to Bogdanovich. Nice D from Doncic. Dallas leading by 5. To the right side. Here's Brunson.
That's not good though. Oh, wait,
That
what?
is a 3.
Brunson's got 7.
You simply must play
still
better
got 2 guys
defense than
to
that.
take
This
over.
guy is too good from distance.
It's
What
tipped.
the-
Doncic with the steal. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Outside Hardaway.
Yeah.
It's 3 pointers off the mark. Jazz
Conley,
trail
let's go,
by
Conley.
8.
Playmaker.
Here's Conley.
Oh,
It's deflected.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Well, it's amazing.
But
When
I
you
mean,
finish
so
quarters
many
the right
fast
way,
break
it can have
points.
such a great
Yeah, because none of my
impact
guys
on the outcome of a
are
game.
going back onto the look.
Attacking and transition.
Gobert's like
the
taking
most
his
consistent way
sweet time on
to
this.
generate easy looks.
The very definition
Nah,
of
how did
quality
they not
transition
go?
offense.
I got
If it
3
can
guys
end at
to
the
take
cup,
over and I'm
it's
still
exactly
losing.
where you want it.
Conley with the 3. And that one
Come
was
on,
in
bro.
time, but no good.
That's his shot.
That'll do it for the first half.
Quick
Mavericks
takeover
lead by
and
8. And
oh my God, that should've
okay,
gone.
David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome. Luka Doncic had a huge first quarter. He had 20 points, 4 assists.
We have taken record one more. Hopefully. Oh, there. That's recorded.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has
Well, I think
the
with takeover,
ability
he's even
to
worse.
answer right back.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third.
So many shots they can take.
On the court for the Mavericks. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Hardaway is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's
See,
Finney-Smith.
but my guys were
with the
actually
3 to small
passing
forward.
into the paint.
Well, I'll tell
I
you
probably
this,
could
if
have
Rudy
been
Gobert can put it on the
least a-
deck
Gobert's back.
consistently, good luck checking this guy.
Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now, as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have been...
Block that!
And I think that's
Block
just
that!
where the game has changed so much that ability to play in space is so vital.
O'Neal's checked in for Derek.
Take it!
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was nice touch by Conley.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Utah's on defense. It's a 10-point game.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want.
No, wait, pass that.
It can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to lead your forwards. You just have to stay with it here.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, we can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop. Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you.
Team on the rise, David. Thank you so much. Gobert can't hit, and there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That'll be his second foul of the game. Mavericks making a switch here. Richardson's checked in. Joe Ingles is checked in for the Jazz. Jordan Clarkson comes in for Michael Conley. A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. Finney Smith is
I'm not letting Gobert
and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year. More efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls, and I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney Smith is a guy you can win with.
Kleba, the pass to Finney Smith. Inside. Dallas moving the ball around. The shot by Kleba.
Oh my God.
Dallas,
So
no
bad.
good that time
He
either.
didn't make that.
Jazz trail by 10. Here's Clarkson. A putback. And there's Gobert putting it right back in. Gobert's got 12.
I'll tell you, you cannot give Rudy Gobert an inch of space when he's working the glass. This guy excels at using...
Get that out of here. You really thought you were going to get a poster dunk on me like that.
Since the start of the third. Here's Clarkson. And the three off target. It's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. And it's Richardson slamming it down.
Boy, what a feel Luka Doncic brings to the game. This guy always willing to get his teammates involved.
Here's Richardson. A slam
My
dunk
guys,
by
you see how slow my guys are? They don't know
Here's the ball. Fellas, that's
Absolutely great. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And the Jazz call time here.
as if it were destiny. Cleveland grew up in the same hometown as Mavs and Dirk Nowitzki.
And this is a fun and extraordinary story to tell, because in 2017, Kleba texted with Nowitzki before signing with Dallas. But though they come from the same town, they didn't know each other until they became teammates. That's extraordinary.
A different look for Dallas. Hardaway's checked in for Porzingis, and it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Then for the Jazz, Derek Favors checked in for Gobert, and it's Mitchell in for Bogdanovich. Got that busted in no time at all. 10 points for him. Here's Brunson. He's got 7. Hardaway finds Cleveland. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Mavericks have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
And the Jazz call time here.
And they've been very loose with the ball here. They haven't been as patient, forcing things a bit, which has led to turnovers. They need to just slow down and relax.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for Utah. Matt Thomas comes in for Mitchell. And the Jazz call time here. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Boy, he's really had their number. They need to make some kind of adjustment during this timeout.
Wait, why is Kleber again?
Let's go. Let's go. He got it back.
No, he's the one shooting, right? Like, he has to shoot.
Oh, he has to shoot.
And that one falls for Cleveland. Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then second overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in two different settings.
Yeah, I mean, two very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft obviously comes.
God damn it, grab it, you idiot!
Dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver. I miss
and
going
Seattle,
to
right? Let's get back in both those cities.
Exactly. Here's Doncic and the dunk by Doncic.
Well, yeah, if my guys can actually play defense, my guys don't play defense. If I'm not playing on ball,
Jazz trail by 9. Pass to Ingles. Jacks up a 3. Another shot. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been
back and forth, though.
A different look for Dallas. Zingas is checked in for Maxi Kleber. Nicolo O'Malley comes in for Josh Richardson, and Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Jalen Brunson.
Excellent.
I gotta tell you, I love watching Derek Favors play the game. I think this guy's reliable, and he still has a ton of upside.
And it's Doncic missing. Jazz have gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. The wide open look here for Ingles. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Ingles has got 5 points in the quarter.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked.
Of course, he
to
just
find
gets an old
himself that
rebound.
wide open.
Someone get on defense, you
I
idiot.
absolutely love the way
No
this
one
guy
gets on
is
defense, I'm telling you. Look at your guys, they're all on defense right now. My guys never get on defense.
Thomas goes in. That shot off. Nice D from Doncic.
And look at this, my guys are all
on the break. For 3.
What the
Sinks the three-pointer. And now an 8-point Maverick lead.
Boy, Hardaway Jr. off the bounce, the rising fire. That's pretty.
And that one good from Clarkson.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Zingas passes to Finney-Smith. And here's Doncic from the arc. Another 3 for Dallas.
Well, after netting one in the first half, that's the second deep ball to go down for this guy.
Ingles, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And one thing you love about Ingles, he hits a lot of contested jumpers.
He does, and he'll get to his game by using jab steps, pump fakes, really good ball handler. He's unafraid in the clutch. He'll talk a little smack every now and again. Joe Ingles.
Look at this. And then watch your guy.
Who's out there now for the Jazz? Bogdanovich is checked in for Ilyasova.
They're all already back.
Here's Conley. Yep.
They're all already back. Watch, my guys will take a century just to get back.
Well, there's a certain level of
Get
quickness
back on
you've got to
defense, you
contend with
idiots.
Mike Conley off
There's
the
no one in the
dribble drive.
paint.
We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Tries again. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. Here's Finney-Smith. And a miss there on the triple.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
And it's out of bounds. The Jazz able to retain possession here.
Extremely fortunate they didn't lose the ball there.
For the Jazz, Gobert's checked in for Favors. O'Neal comes in for Joe Ingles. And it's Mitchell in for George. 3 from Bogdanovich. They get it back.
Oh my God!
What
the heck?
Rudy Gobert with a big
You don't get a rebound back.
Doncic against Conley. And it's Doncic missing. And now here comes Conley leading the break. Here's Bogdanovich. Porzingis with the block.
Whoa. Yeah, that's that. Whoa.
And here we go. Coach's challenge is being called
the
for
ball.
here on the out-of-bounds violation.
And you know these types of plays, especially when you're talking about action around the sideline, this is something you can get a much better perspective of on replay than real game.
We've got the benefit of new camera angles, Greg. Much easier to see exactly what's going on, especially with the fidelity and angle that we've got access to now. So we just got word from the NBA replay center via the official courtside administrator. And the original call walked in for the out-of-bounds.
Watch, your guys are all on defense.
And some people might argue, hey, we're stopping the game, but this uses up a timeout, so that's technically already a thing that could happen, regardless of the call.
Every team I freaking get,
It's been all about Luka Doncic for Dallas. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter,
every time
and
I
is
get
showing
also
no signs of fatigue.
it seems like God
And we've
play
got more
good
NBA
off.
action on 2K
No, they play
Sports
good.
coming
All
your
you do
way
is
after
run
this
to the
break.
paint.
Here now a
You
chance
haven't
to
finished
show
it.
you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass.
I gotta get my people on defense. Look,
Dish. That's what I call
if I don't have anyone on
court
defense,
vision.
Well, making the game easy
No,
for your
Steve's
teammates.
idiot.
All about putting them
Someone's
in a
in the paint.
position to score. That's pretty.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us.
I'm gonna try to shoot
Utah
more
looking at
threes
who
right
they've
now.
got to start the fourth quarter.
More threes.
Shalom
I'm gonna go in
Bogdanovich,
the
the
paint.
wings. O'Neal is out there with Gobert,
Just
and it's
make
Conley in at the point guard
More
position.
Well, you have got to love the versatility of Kristaps Porzingis. Unbelievable shooting touch at 7'3".
Yeah, you can't stop the
Can
third
also
sometimes,
be
but
a
you
monster on the defensive end. Good luck, future of the NBA.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly. And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Maxi Kleber, he's
See, that's
checked
what
in.
exactly what my team is.
Well,
That's
Rudy
exactly what my
Gobert
team is.
stands 7'1", and he's an unselfish guy and puts the pass on the money.
Mavericks leading by 7. Here's Brunson. A three-pointer, no good. And so it's Bogdanovich who brings up the ball for Utah. Here's O'Neal.
Foul?
Here's
Foul?
Gobert. The third shot of the possession finally
Okay, now I
falls for
gotta
him.
get to you.
Alright, Gobert has...
Gobert's got 10 points in just the second half. Passes it to Kleber. Dallas moving the ball around.
Thank God.
Finney Smith can't get it to go. One-on-one here. Here's Mitchell. From outside, off the mark. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving
Oh, thank
around.
God.
That's the key. The D can't
Didn't do that
focus
before.
on one
Oh.
player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Richardson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Gobert finds Mitchell to the inside. O'Neal. And the dunk by O'Neal.
See, this is something that I think Donovan Mitchell needs to keep
do you
working
think
on.
he is?
To me, his responsibility is to get his teammates going as much as himself.
And the Mavericks call time here.
And we talk a lot about Mitchell's offense, and for a good reason, but the defense is also an area where he's excelled.
Well, no doubt.
Yeah,
Greg.
man,
We
it's
identify
easy.
him with the
That's what I'm
offensive
saying, bro. They don't
because
freaking
he's
play
pretty
defense.
important for the Utah Jazz.
I put a
early
man-to-man
in his
defense
career.
on. They still don't
But think
stay in
about
their
it.
man.
He's strong, athletic, long wingspan, excellent
Yeah, I think
instincts.
I'm gonna keep,
This guy has the potential to be one of the
Dallas.
most impactful two-way players in
I don't like
today's
it.
NBA.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear Rick Carlisle's message to his team. He really got after him in the huddle. He said, look, you can rest after the game. You got to put it all out there if you want to win this one. Back to you guys.
Here's Mitchell. And it goes out of bounds.
Come on.
Jim Hardaway Jr.
Stop being so
checked in
flashy
for
if you're going to be
Josh
losing by
Richardson.
5 points already.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. And Bogdanovich gets to Conley. In the corner, O'Neal with it.
Oh, yeah, I was going to do that.
Another miss by Utah. Mavericks leading by 5. Here's Finney Smith. Here's Porzingis.
Block
Gobert
that.
with the block.
Block that, grab it.
And
Thank
the
you.
remarkable reach of the stifled power. Gobert twice on the pipes.
Mitchell's shot is good.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
And this is a player who understands when the game is hanging in the balance. He knows it's winning time.
Nice, you made it 100.
And you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it on.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
And here's Conley outside. Offensive rebound.
And all those second chance
How did
points
you always get
have
the
given them a
I
boost
never
here
get
in
that.
That's
the
because you
second
always
half,
play the
and
paint.
That's a
You
great
don't,
way to
you
come
don't
into
need
the lead.
tips. Tips only happen when you
O'Neal
shoot
comes with the double
it.
team. Finney Smith passes to Brunson, and he uses the glass on the lane.
See, that's why you don't need tips, because you make all your shots.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
I would have counted.
Boy, wreaking havoc with his size down there. The stifle tower, Rudy Gobert, assertive. My goodness.
Jordan Clarkson is checked in for the Jazz.
He's forcing the action now, finally getting to the charity stripe after no
past you like that.
Brunson, good.
All quarter long, he's been zeroed in and knocks down big shot after big shot here in the fourth.
Clarkson dishes to Gobert. Back to Clarkson.
Oh, that was my
As he
God.
lets it go.
Yeah.
It's good on the putback.
Those
O'Neal's got
games
6 points in the quarter.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Luka Doncic.
And what an amazing ball
Yeah,
game
yes.
I
we've
bet.
seen
Wait,
from
how much
him.
does Porzingis
It's
have?
been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a
He has
guy who's
18?
capable
Disgusting.
of scoring. And Tim Hardaway says, you know what? My teammate's open. I'm going to get him the ball.
Here's Gobert.
You are an absolute trash bucket.
Nice D from Porzingis.
You absolute trash bucket. You had one job.
That's his fourth foul of the contest. And the Mavericks making a change here. Doncic is checked in. And that one is good.
You can see the kind of confidence Hardaway has in his shot. This guy is so fluid in the catch and shoot
Hey, look how slow
situation.
these are. I'm going to say Dallas. So good.
Back to Clarkson. Let's go. It's rebounded by Dallas. Pass break Dallas. Here's Hardaway.
Yeah.
And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And
Well, I'm
now
going to
it's a
freaking take Bucks
9-point
next time.
Dallas
I'm
lead.
just going to drive on you.
Adding to their advantage, trying to find a way
think Dallas is
to
my
blow
team
this
for
one
this.
open.
One of the things they're doing is identifying favorable matchups and then going at them.
Oh, yeah.
Launches a three. And it's Doncic. That time on the assist from Hardaway. Doncic has got 14 points.
Yeah.
This team is the most trash-ass team I've ever seen in my life.
Second half. From deep three-point range, Utah gets it back. Here's O'Neal.
At least he got a foul.
That free throw, no good.
The most trash team I've ever played in.
And this is the second one as
Never
well.
wants to
So
play.
he's 0 for 2 that time. Hardaway with a wide open look. Here's Kleba. Gobert pulls it in. Jazz trail by 12.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Mavericks.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Luka Doncic.
Efficient productivity. You love what this guy has given to you on the offensive end.
From deep.
Oh, step back.
Another miss by Conley.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're
And these players, they are ready to celebrate.
well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
Clarkson controls the rebound,
got
puts
2
it back
points.
up and in.
Well,
Is it
hard
Doncic?
blue-collar work ethic on display. This guy just beating everyone to the ball.
So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our